Hello Benz lovers, today on DIY we will be installing these 8/7 hikari LEDs into my MLP film. We will start with removing the headlight first. I will show one side, the other side is very similar. You need to remove the under the headlight plastic trim, and it's done by squeezing two tabs, actually sort of extending the bottom one down and then lifting the top one. You'll figure it out, but just be very careful not to break it. I've done this at least 6 or 7 times, and the bottom one's it's almost like you have to do the bottom one first, push the middle one, and then do the top one. So you'll figure out the sequence that it takes. So after you do the top, I think you could undo the bottom one. Now be very, very careful in removing these trim. Don't just yank them out because there are 2 tabs that will break. Just try to wiggle it, and it's almost like you're pulling it out in the direction of the fender. So pull it out in the direction of the fender and you'll be able to do it. Do not break these, otherwise they won't stay. It's like a crappy design for an expensive car, but that's what Mercedes has decided to do. So anyway, that's how you remove the bottom trim. And then underneath you will find 10mm nuts, and then there's a 10mm bolt on top and a clip. So all you have to do is get a 10mm socket and then undo one nut, and then undo the second nut on the left hand side, and then undo the top 10mm bolt. That would loosen up the headlight, and then you just remove the clip that's inside the slot. Just push it up and it'll come off. And once you do that, there's only 2 wires, and these wires are extremely easy to come off. You just undo the tab. There's the beige color tab, undo the beige color tab, and then the top one also has a tab on the inside. It's a black tab, so just push that open and then the wires will come off. These are extremely easy to remove that. And once you do that, now you have your headlight. So let's go onto the workbench where we'll be installing the hikari LED bulb. These are 8/7. You do have to buy adapters to install these, and it's because of the way Mercedes does their internal housing. And we're going to be installing them in the projectors. So these are halogen bulbs that we're replacing with LED bulbs instead of xenon. And to remove the cover, it's again very easy. Just pull up on the tab in the front, and then it'll open up, and then the bottom housing or the bottom slots that it's being kept in, they'll come off as well. So it's pretty easy to remove this. Now you see the wire with its own clip. Just turn it counterclockwise, it'll come off. Remove the bulb, just grab it on the sides and wiggle it, and you'll see the 2 metal sides come off. So it's pretty easy. Do not touch the bulb with your oily hands or my oily hands if you plan on reusing them. So just wiggle them side to side, and then they will come off. Also, the clip, the retainer clip that's here, that's connected to the black electrical plug, that can also easily be removed. You could just wiggle that off, and those will come off as well. So, and save it in case you need to put the halogen bulbs back in. So or do something else, but just save it, do not throw it away, since we'll be using the new adapters. So here is the hikari 8/7 LED bulbs, and it has a retainer ring that we will remove because we will have to insert our adapter since the existing adapters won't fit. So just remove the retainer ring. One of the things I did is test it with my M12 battery, and I'll show that in a minute. So here's the clip that I got from Amazon. I'll post a link to that. These are the original clips on my right hand side. These are the aftermarket adapters. As you can see, that the hole is bigger. You do have to manipulate them a little bit. As you can see, the tabs on the side are bent upwards, so either you push them in or you make them flat. So I decided to make them flat, but I think it's a better option to fit them in so that they're much more snug. So first you put the retainer that came with the LED bulb into the hole where the projector lamp is, and then you put the adapter, the aftermarket adapter. So let's do that first. So we will install the retainer ring first. You want to make sure where you want to put it the right side up where the plastic part sticks out. That's number 1. And second, note where the vertical tab is. and where this fits in, and when it locks into place, the tab that is bent forward fits into that little groove, and then it doesn't turn anymore. So you just again, you're going to be installing it clockwise. You're going to be turning it clockwise so that the tabs fit into the right. So you have to manipulate or adjust the new aftermarket retainer clip so that it fits inside the tab very snug. That will hold the retainer ring that comes with the H7 LED bulb, and then the H7 LED bulb just fits in over that. So here I've already made the adjustments. You could just use a pair of wise grips and a hammer to manipulate that. Just make sure that when you put it in that it's nice and snug. So you want to test it out a few times before you decide to put the LED bulb in to make sure that it's secure. So now that on mine it's secure, hopefully in turning it in all the way, you want to make sure that then you put in the hikari bulbs in. Now the LED bulbs, what's really cool is that they have a plus and minus on them already, so it's very easy to connect the wires without making a mistake, because in the Mercedes-Benz the brown wire is always ground. So where the brown wire comes, you want to connect it to the minus sign on the plug, and where the plus sign is, that goes to the yellow wire where the connector is. I'm just trying this again because I don't think I put it in properly, so and I'm pushing it in to make sure it's secure. Now even when you're pushing it in, don't use your force. You may just push the actual projector in, so hold the entire thing as you push it in. I'm just taking out my M12 battery from my Milwaukee, and it's so cool, they just fit into the slot, and as you can see it turns on. And you could also see the fan turning, so I suggest you test out the fan, that it's turning, and obviously you can see the light. One of the great things about this ML is that the back housing, the back lid, is very deep, so you can actually fit an LED bulb with a fan inside it because it's nice and deep. And these lights look fantastic, by the way. As you can see here, basically I just close it up. The left side is the LED, the right side, this is the halogen looking at the car, but this is nice and bright. And then I will also show looking at my neighbor's lawn, I will also show, and you'll be able to tell that it's nice. So here the right side is the LED, the left side is a halogen. It's on par, or if not better, it's just whiter. And here you can see how bright it is. It's not flickering, it's just my camera picking up the flickering, but the LED is not flickering. So there's no flickering, there's no error message in the console, in the instrument panel. You do have to get the adapter, and it's bright. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and please subscribe and like the video. Thank you very much.